Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we're going to listen to a little bit of Plini, a little bit of track from his album Handmade Cities, released 2016's first studio album. Going to check out this track, Inhale, from here. Now, Plini, I am familiar with Plini. I do know some of his music. There's an album. I'm going to look it up. It's been a very long time since I've actually listened to him. But there's an album. It's a purple one. It's like there's like a crescent moon, and it's purple. Let me see if I can find. I can tell you what it was really quick that I used to listen to a lot. That would be Sweet Nothings. Okay, that was his EP in 2013. I used to listen to that EP a lot, like a lot. Sometimes when I would go to work, and occasionally I still do, like there's certain either albums or playlists and different things that I put on, and that was the one that I put on a lot. So I'm familiar with that EP, but I'm sure I've heard other tracks here and there, but I haven't really paid overly attention. So we're going to listen to this track. Why we're listening to it, I guess I should tell you, because it was suggested and sponsored by R. Gray. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. And in case you're not familiar, Plini is a very, very fantastic guitarist. Let's see what the track holds in store for us. Inhale, deep breath. Got that style, I'll say that. Always the rip. Right down. Okay. Nice little Gency there. I love how he combines those harder edges with this. It's so moody and melodic. catch it. I can't even pull it. Twisting in and coming on in. Because why not tossing a blast beat into a breakdown? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, so that is... Oh, that reminds me of why I used to listen to Plini. That's a brilliant track. I mean, his guitar playing is obviously going to be the star, but that does not mean that anyone else is a slouch in the band. His band is composed of only 3 other people. Plini obviously playing guitars. Simon Grove on bass and Troy Wright on drums. And like it just feels like a superstar chemistry project put together, and you just get excellence outside of that because all of them are excelling in their instrumentation and what they play. The different tones, the different genres that, for example, Plini plays with his guitar, he brings in the smooth ambience, very moody, melodic nature in the beginning, setting up a really wonderful scene. And then, of course, you move into something much more progressive as it gets towards the chorus, hitting more towards that progressive metal side. And then the drumming and the bass accent that wonderfully. Obviously, at the end when Troy goes off, I mean, he starts hitting just blast beats. In the chorus, he moves into a breakdown, hitting a lot of the ride and some of the splashes on the crashes there. And it's just really cool how they maneuver so like flexible throughout this track and hitting all these different genres, all these different sounds, and each one of them just as pleasurable as what came before and pleasurable into what's going to be coming up next as well. And I really enjoy this sound. It's definitely like, it has its heyday in like the late 2010s and maybe early 2020s with this kind of instrumental progressive metal, I would say, and especially guitar led. If you enjoy this, one of my favorite albums is by Owane, which I've mentioned him before, but like, if you like this, David Maxim Mixic, I always forget, don't know how to say his name. He has an album I used to listen to a lot that was in the very same vein of this. It was something biting the moon or something like that. But anyways, I like how the track goes through all these different motions. And yeah, some of it does come out a little bit of nowhere. Some of the transitions, I would say, are a little harsh, but they work very well. You know, even when it gets into some of those more proggy moments where the time signature just kind of, you know, if you were dancing to the beat before, you were going to break a leg trying to dance to it as it switches over. Even as that happens, you know, it still maneuvers it, I think, excellently. And the track is called Inhale. And this whole opening, a very moody, breathy inhale. I love that mood, and I think the way that they maneuver out of that is excellently done. Even the chord sequences and the, like, I can't speak to it, but like all of that sounds so like wonderfully fresh. You know, it doesn't sound like the same chords and stuff, the same scales you hear all the time. Some of the way that he plays that, I think, is just really wonderful. The bass playing, phenomenal behind it. But then as he moves on into the more ecstatic moments, see how that, right before that, this transition, the bass is kind of keeping like an anchor and still holding on to that moodiness that was built, my wife is getting my way, that's built into the music before. Like it's still built right here, that bass, and even as it transitions, bass holds it alongside of some of the melodies from the guitar as well. And I think that it works so excellently. Then when you even get into those heavy sections, where was it? There you go. Like that is so genty. That is like Tesseract and all those other adjacent bands, Periphery and such. And I like how even when he does move towards that edge, he still has this certain hand on his guitar, a certain way of playing that keeps things light. It keeps things very melodic. He has a very, very clean tone in every single tone that he plays, and it wraps up with a very Periphery-esque kind of ending there. That's just a cool track. Plini's a great artist. If this is your first time listening to him, I highly recommend listening to him. Like I said, I'm really only familiar with that one EP. But it's really, really nice. And it's super dreamy. I mean, it's in the name, but like... That used to be like my, like one of my wake-up albums. Like I said, I just put it on in the mornings, put it on when I go to work. And if you are interested, like I said, David Maxim, just to listen. I'm all for sharing music that I know that you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this, you might enjoy David as well. This is a good track. Skip around. You know, it's like guitar-led kind of progressive. That's good, and this one was good. I remember this one. Anyways, now I'm just sharing. Now I'm just going off and sharing things with you. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed the music, as always. Great. Thank you so much for the sponsorship and for the recommendation. Always a happy time and a good time for me listening to Plini. And that was nice, kind of like to remember. You know, I used to listen to that one Sweet Nothings album quite a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you as always for being here. Swing on back by tomorrow. I'll be here waiting, and I'll see you all later. Why did I say I see you? I do. I see you all later.